Hello, everyone. My name is Roque.Montero. I am a consultant manager with Assure for Life for over 8 years. And in this video, we're going to go over the manual for consultants. All right. So when you open the manual that is available in the consultant resources section, this is the manual. Okay. You're going to learn more in detail in addition to what you see on the actual presentation. So simple things here, like what is Assure for Life? Key point here, remember that it's a membership. The company coordinates all those, um, all the expenses directly with the funeral home. Okay, so families get peace of mind. Whenever they lose a relative, they must call our funeral emergency line. Okay, so as far as the benefits, key benefits of our membership, as a family consultant at Assure for Life, it's essential that you fully understand, okay, and clearly communicate everything our membership offers to families. Here are the most important benefits: 24/7 real and personalized assistance, always available to coordinate funeral arrangements right when families need it most. Up to 7 members covered per plan, which is awesome. Okay, no blood relationship required for members under age 65, or I should say under age 66, because remember that we take people up to age 65 and even up to one day before they turn 66. All right. So parents or spouse can enroll up to age 80 at the time of the application. So we are one of the few companies that allows you to protect all their loved ones with no medical exams required. All right. How about international coverage? We protect our members in the US, Latin America, the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, and Haiti. That's our coverage area. Expatriation included. Okay, I want to clarify this: expatriation. Okay, we handle the transportation. What that means is that we cover the transportation, right, of the body of the deceased, of course, from the US to the countries within our coverage here area. So the company handles the transportation of the deceased from the US to their countries or of origin as requested by the family. A round trip airfare for the primary member, the plan holder, to attend the funeral service of any plan covered member. Okay. No cash payouts, no complicated paperwork. This is not insurance. Remember, we never give you money. We coordinate and pay the funeral home directly to the funeral home um, involved, okay, that the company will select. No matter the immigration status, how is that? Anyone can access the plan regardless of their legal situation in the US, which is awesome. There's a whole bunch of people that cannot buy other products like life insurance because they don't have a legal status. With us, they may have our membership. This map here basically highlights our coverage area. Um, so as you can see here, the US, right? Coverage across the most states, I should say, and the in unincorporated um, um, state of Puerto Rico. Okay. Okay. So remember that we don't offer the membership in 2 states, and those are Michigan and North Dakota. All right. And temporarily in Texas. In Latin America are basically all countries. Um, okay. But if you have any doubts, I'm going to, here they are in alphabetical order. Okay. So, in the Caribbean, we cover Haiti, Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic. We have done such a great job that we have earned an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Okay, and so now, as far as when sometimes people need to understand the differences between Assure for Life and other options like life insurance or a funeral pre-arrangement plan. So I'm going to quickly go over those differences so you understand how different Assure for Life is from those other two products. So we have the three columns here. The first one is life insurance. The second one is funeral prearrangement plan. And the third one is Assure for Life. So as far as main benefit, okay, in life insurance, you get a cash payment to the beneficiary, right? In a funeral prearrangement plan is a prearranged funeral service for one person in at a particular funeral home. In Assure for Life, we cover the full funeral service coordination. I'm talking about the funeral home service, right? At the funeral home, right? The reason I want to emphasize that is because sometimes people, want to have like, like a funeral service at a church or at a different place. We're very clear. The contract is very clear. It reads that we deliver the service at a funeral home selected by the company. As far as legal agreement in life insurance, it's called a life insurance policy. In a funeral prearrangement plan is called a trust agreement. In Assure for Life, very simple, it's just a membership contract. Does it provide cash? Well, in life insurance, yes, right? In a funeral prearrangements, no, you get the service. In Assure for Life, no, you get the service, right? Coordinates the funeral service. No, a life insurance company is not going to coordinate the service for you. You have to do that on your own. In a funeral prearrangement plan, yes, they do that for you, and also in Assure for Life. That's a yes right there. 24/7 emergency assistance. No, in life insurance. Remember, in life insurance, if you, I would like you to give it a try, okay? Call any life insurance company, like, outside normal business hours, and in most cases, if not all, you will get a recorded message saying that you have to call between normal business hours. And guess what? Even if you call the following day, you're not gonna get paid, on that day, like it happens in Assure for Life. All right. So you have to wait. Okay. I would like you to on the WhatsApp chat. I'm sorry, in the chat GPT, ask the question: what is the average, let's say, time that a life insurance company pays, to the beneficiary? You will get surprised. Okay, it says that in most cases it's between 30 and 60 days. I know that some companies pay quicker, but I'm talking about, average. Okay, so think about that. If you lose someone today, what are you gonna do, those days that, the insurance company is not gonna pay immediately, right? So that's why exists Assure for Life. So in a funeral prearrangement plan, that is a yes. Funeral homes, have a 24/7 service. In Assure for Life, that is a big yes. Okay, you call and a live representative will immediately start, making arrangements to find a good quality funeral home anywhere within our coverage area. Includes airfare for the plan holder. That is a no in life insurance, remember? Okay, so in a funeral pre-arrangement plan, that is a no. In Assure for Life, that is a yes. Okay, covers up to 7 people per plan. That is a no in life insurance. Okay, that is a no in a funeral pre-arrangement plan. That's for one person at a particular funeral home, and that is a yes in Assure for Life, right? As a matter of fact, a plan holder may own up to 3 plans of 7 members for a total of 21 members. That's a lot of members that you can have on their 3 plans that covers 7 people each. All right. Um, Includes parents or spouse up to age 80 years old. In most cases, in life insurance, that's not the case. Okay, and some companies, yes, cover people up to that age. However, the premium is very expensive. I mean, try like a um, no, life insurance policy, right? A final expense plan for a person age 80, and you tell me how much that is, okay? It's very expensive at that age, okay? In a funeral pre-arrangements is with restrictions, okay? In Assure for Life, that is a yes. Parents or the partner of the plan holder up to age 80 at the time of the application, all right? Valid regardless of immigration status. Oh, in life insurance, most companies are going to ask you to have um, um, a valid legal status, all right? I know some of them are flexible, but most of them are going to want to ask for a social security, a valid social security number. Okay. In a funeral pre-arrangement plan, that is a yes. Okay. And in Assure for Life, that is a yes. No immigration status required. Includes body expatriation. That is a no in life insurance. Remember, in life insurance, you get the money and you have to solve all the issues on your own. Okay. In a funeral pre-arrangement plan, um, it depends. Okay, here says yes, but not all of them are going to be available for that. That is a big yes in Assure for Life. Requires medical exams. In most cases, if not all, in life insurance, that is a yes. All right, a blood test or they check medical records, all that stuff they do it up front. In Assure for Life, the company does that on the back end. Okay, so that is simplicity at the time of the application. Okay, so funeral pre-arrangement plan, no medical exams. In Assure for Life, no medical exams. Okay, as far as international affiliation in Latin America, um, Haiti, Jamaica, and Dominican Republic. That is a no in life insurance. In a funeral pre-arrangement plan, that is a no. Okay. And that is a yes in life insurance. Allows member changes, right? In life insurance, that is a no. In the funeral pre-arrangement plan, that is a no. That is a yes in Assure for Life. Allows, let me see here, easy activation and use. In life insurance, you have to go through a claim process, okay? In a funeral pre-arrangement plan, you have to depend on, or that depends on the provider, okay? Um, and in Assure for Life, is just one simple call, okay? So this helps you and helps the clients understand the difference between us, Assure for Life as a membership, and those other products. Okay. Here is a guide to selling through value. Assure for Life is big in high value, okay, that we deliver to our clients. So we want to invite you to start with the benefit, then support it with the feature. As an example, what should you say? Okay, and then you we have to come with a emotionally compelling benefit, right? Remember, in sales, you move emotions, right? So you may say something like, your family won't have to do anything, just be there for each other. Okay, now why does this work? Well, because we offer a 24/7 full coordination with no need for the client or loved ones to handle anything. The company does that for them. Okay. When to use it in the sale? When opening the conversation to highlight the emotional value. All right. Another benefit. You may say something like, today you can save your family thousands with just a small fee, right? The membership. So why does this work? A funeral in the US can be expensive, all right? It could be, remember, more than $8,000. I'm talking about this funeral service alone, funeral home service, okay? Our plan covers everything for an affordable membership. Remember, everything that's standard, okay? We have to be careful and not say that we cover everything. I like to say everything that's a standard. So if you go to a funeral home, okay? And if you ask for a quote for a funeral service, by law, they have to give you what's called the general price list. That covers, the basic services, right? What's essential, and then other options. Okay, we cover what's essential, um, a standard funeral service. All right. So when to use it in the sale? When discussing price versus the real value of our service. Another benefit, no matter where you pass away, your plan has you covered. Why does it work? International coverage, US, Latin America, Haiti, Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic, including expatriation. A lot of people don't know that, uh, uh, those arrangements, okay, to expatriate a body, that is very complex. Most people don't know that even a permit is required at a consulate, okay? So, see, when you lose a relative, you don't have the mind to, to to find out what is it that needs to be done in order to expatriate, right, a body. A company does that for you in Assure for Life. When to use it in the sale? When facing questions about distance, expatriation, or family travel. In Assure for Life, we offer three options whenever a family loses a member. Okay. Remember that only one can be selected when requesting the assistance. So here are the three different options: national, return, and routes. Nothing complicated. This is basically, in general, right, the difference between what we deliver in the US and Latin America and Haiti and Jamaica. That's it. All right. That's why you see a whole bunch of check marks here and X's. All right. So as far as assistance with traditional funeral arrangements, that is covered in the national option. Remember, the national option is when we deliver the service in the US. In the return option, which is the expatriation to Latin America, Haiti, Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic, yes, that is included. And the roots option is when the membership offers the flexibility for a plan holder to protect a relative or not who lives in Latin America or Haiti and Jamaica. Okay. Mainly our roots, right? Like our relatives, but they don't have to be relatives. It could be anybody age 65 or younger that may live in those countries. And then, you just have to think that whenever, that person in that country, passes, it's not going to affect your pockets, right? If it's going to affect your pocket, you're better off, putting them in this membership. So as far as assistance in cremation organization with standard urn or casket and hearse to the cemetery, in all options, that's covered. Okay. Round trip airfare for the clan holder, that is covered in all options. And now you're going to see here the first X. What do you think it is? The burial. Remember, the burial, any burial expense like the plot, the rental or purchase, if rental unavailable, and opening and closing, that's not included. This is the first X that you see here. Remember that I told you in advance. The only difference is what we deliver or not when we compare the US and Latin America and the Caribbean. We do not deliver burial expenses in the US. That's why you see this X in the national option. This is covered, like the burial expenses are covered in Latin America or Haiti and Jamaica, as you can see here with the check marks. National level assistance for the funeral transport, that is included in the national option. Remember, if you lose a relative in a different state, the company will then make arrangements to bring the body from another state to your state. All right. In the return option, that's not included. All right. So in those countries, Latin America or Haiti and Jamaica, see that that assistance for transport within the country is not covered. You see the importance to be here, because these are details that sometimes that's why I go over different subjects so you can learn. All right. In the roots option, that's not included as well. Okay. International funeral transport with full coordination. Well, as soon as you hear international, then you know that in the national option is not covered, but it is covered in the return option, which is the the expatriation, right? And then it's not covered or does not apply basically in the roots option. When if you have somebody who lives already in those countries, then there is no need to expatriate. They already live there. We will give them the service over there. All right. So if you were trying to figure out where to find the benefits of the plan, here they are. Remember, this is the manual for consultants that you find um, in the resources section. Okay. Here are those 7 specific items that we always mention, okay, during the presentation. Cremation option and burial option. Remember, we don't deliver burial expenses in the US. This is very simple, self-explanatory. You should know this by now. Here is where you find the membership waiting periods and the 4 exclusions at the time of the application. And all the rates are also included here. Remember, we have 2 rates nationwide: regular rate states and special rate states. And a few key points here about, there is no license required for you to sell Assure for Life. As far as replacement, remember, it's on every anniversary of the plan. Unless the plan holder passes, the replacement is immediate. Okay. Procedure in case of death, clients must call our 24/7 funeral emergency line, not a funeral home. Okay, that would break the contract. Changes to the plan, can be made within 3 business days after the first payment has been made, or on each anniversary of the plan, where even a replacement, can be done on each anniversary. Okay, replacement of the plan holder, as I mentioned before, it could be replaced immediately. It has to be replaced immediately by anyone age between age 18 and 65. Okay, guaranteed assistance service. Assure for Life does not offer a specific amount of money. Instead, it is authorized to provide only assistance for coordinating funeral arrangements through an independent, reputable funeral home near the member's area or as required. All right, ladies and gents, I promise you to be here for 25 minutes. That's the time is up. Thank you very much for your participation, and I'll see you in the next meeting. Thank you so much and have a great evening. Goodbye now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Goodbye.